We're back into open session. First order of business, we need to approve the closed session minutes dated April the 16th of 2019. I will entertain a motion to do such. In a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Employments, Mr. Grody.
Administration recommends the following voluntary transfers. Mark Hostert from the middle school special ed resource to middle school 6th grade language arts. That would be to replace Don Taylor. Beth Blumenstock from Carruthers special ed resource to the high school special ed self-contained. I believe that's the new position that we opened.
Yes.
And Joseph Johnson from the middle school secretary to the middle school secretary / bookkeeper for Kim Grammer's departure.
I need a motion to approve those recommendations. So, second,
Second.
Mrs. Hines.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. Dr. Dorr?
Yes.
Mrs. James?
Yes.
Mrs. Evaldi?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes, motion carries.
Administration recommends the following individuals for summer school. Amy Brock to serve as the supervisor, Dana Batson to serve as the secretary. K2 will be Leanne Herder and Allison Savanda. 3-5 will be Lisa Shields and Shannon Starrick. 6-8 would be Heather Parr and Lauren Perry Wagner, with 9 through 12 being Jeff Weaver White. Also including Gloria Estrada as the bilingual tutor. And for substitutes, Melinda Pearson and Alex Hiller.
And I need a motion to approve those recommendations.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
Mrs. Hines.
Mrs. Evaldi?
Yes.
Dr. Dorr?
Yes.
Mrs. James?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes, motion carries.
Non-certified, administration recommends hiring Dustin Kelly as a summer custodian, Shannon Starrick, library aide at the general, Brittany Hardwig, secretary at the middle school.
And I need a motion to accept those recommendations.
Motion.
A second?
Second.
Mrs. Evaldi?
Yes.
Mrs. James?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Dr. Dorr?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes, motion carries.
For certified personnel, administration recommends Stephanie Uzel as the high school science position, and Lily Lichtig as the 5th grade at Carruthers.
And I'll accept a motion to accept those recommendations.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mrs. James?
Yes.
Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Dr. Dorr?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. Evaldi?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes, motion carries.
Administration, while we're still hiring, administration recommends the athletic employments and Schedule B employments as presented.
And I need a motion to accept that recommendation. So moved. Second?
Second.
Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Dr. Dorr?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. James?
Yes.
Mrs. Evaldi?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes, motion carries.
All right. I move that the board approve a resolution to dismiss an educational support personnel as presented.
And I will accept a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Evaldi?
Yes.
Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Dr. Dorr?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. James?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes, motion carries.
All right. And administration recommends the following postings, and I'm going to do them all together.
That's fine.
To replace Carla Ehlers, a principal for the General John A. Logan Attendance Center, a Gear Up teacher for the middle school in their specials rotation, a social worker for the General John A. Logan, that would be replacing Melinda Pearson, speech language pathologist for Carruthers in the middle school, which would be replacing Sherry Kirkman, special ed resource at Carruthers, replacing Jessica Coleman, and last but certainly not least, a dean of students for the elementary building.
You want to specify the building?
I believe it would be Carruthers.
All right, I need a motion to approve those postings.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Take your pick.
Mr. Beavers?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. James?
Yes.
Mrs. Evaldi?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Dr. Dorr?
Yes.
Mr. Rungy?
Yes, motion carries.
The, we can do it next month. I'll talk to Mr. Winters about his transfer then to the general,
Gotcha. Okay.
but we'll take
All
care
right.
of it next month.
I know y'all wanna stay around, but I'll accept the motion to get out of here.
So moved.
In a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.